video is going to be when you just going through so much at one time and how I've dealt with it. I ain't going to say how you should deal with it, but how I dealt with it. Everything that you have going on, it's like some people have better luck than others, I swear. And it just seems like some people's lives, it's like some people just have more going on in their life than others. A lot of people are not always fortunate to be to where they got a problem-free life. And to be honest, I think that's a lie. Nobody has a completely problem-free life. Everybody got something that's going on. But just depending on, you know, where you come from, what type of family you come from, just depends on just what you're dealing with. And some people just have problem after problem after problem, and it almost feel like the world is on your shoulders, to where you just got so much stuff that you just dealing with at one time, and sometimes you don't know if you coming or going a lot of times. Like, for instance, like, I lost my mom. When I lost my mom, I was dealing with a no good guy that kept playing games, knowing I lost my mom. Then my teeth gave out on me. My teeth was doing bad. And then I was going through it with the jobs, changing job, going through it with my kids. So that was just all of 2020. I know everybody got stories that they can tell about what they had to endure in 2020. But 2020, I don't know how I made it through 2020. And it's still a little rough. It's still a little rough to where I still be trying to maintain, like, handling all of that stuff. And right now, like, the major issue I'm going through now is just trying to get my teeth back in order. Because even though I know I'm great joking around on videos about me not having my front teeth, deep inside I can't stand it, and deep inside I'm very embarrassed, because if I see people in person, I be like so it's crazy. But I pretty much and I know I always say this, but I pretty much been just always dealing with stuff on top of stuff all my life. Like, I mean, I always been an independent person, to where for some reason it just seems like I have to deal with so much stuff, like, by myself. And dealing with bills, dealing with kids, dealing with still trying to get an education, still dealing with trying to just make sure you don't fall, trying to be successful, chasing your dreams while still being a single mom, and, you know, just doing this and that, and then dealing with family issues, dealing with relationship issues, like, just dealing with so much one person by yourself. Oh goodness, like, it's a lot. It is a lot at one time. Like, when I lost my kid's father, I had lost one kid father. At one point, somebody murdered him. And then I had lost the second kid's father maybe like 3 months after I lost the first one. So that was that, dealing with all of that at one time. And the way that I noticed to deal when you got so much stuff going on at one time, I'm a very spiritual person, even though I know I got a foul mouth, but I love God, and I'm a very spiritual person. So what I do is I pray, I have faith, and I've learned to let go. I've learned that when so much stuff is happening at one time, as much as you want to have control and you want to have your hands on it, let go, give it to God. Like, give Jesus the steering wheel. Let go and let God. It's hard. It's hard, but it's true. And part of letting go is really just not thinking about it. I mean, you think about it periodically, but you think of other positive things instead of keep thinking on your problems. Don't keep dwelling on your problems unless you're using your problems to motivate somebody. Like me, when I go through stuff, I do my best not to think about it unless I'm talking about it to motivate somebody, or I have to talk about it to take care of the current situation that is at hand. But for the most part, when I have so many problems at one moment, just hovering, I'm like, you know what? If it's meant to be, it will be. If it's not meant to be, it shall not. But either way, I'm going to be all right. Because another thing that keeps me going too is, what's the worst that can really happen to you? The worst thing in life that can happen to you is death. That's the worst. That is the worst thing that can happen to anybody, is death. So if I'm still breathing, if I have not died from my problems, I can live to fight another day. And that's part of it. You have to have fight. You have to have grit. You have to have grind. If you got fight, no matter how much stuff that is on your plate, you're going to get through it bit by bit, but you have to know that you will. And part of knowing that you will is stop trying to control everything. Let go. Let it handle itself. Everything has a way of taking care of itself. Trust me. I've realized that too. Out of every single thing that I've had to endure in life, when I just step back and just let go and let God, eventually over time it took care of itself. It took care of itself to the point to where it actually got better, and I had more blessings on the other end. That's why I can give so many motivational videos, because I have a lot of stories to tell. I do. And part of my stories to tell is just having to do so much by myself with little to no help. Little to no help. And that's not an easy thing to do. Traveling through life, y'all right. When a person is traveling through life, it's not good to be alone. But when you have people that reject you, when you have people that see you need help but won't help you, when you have people that know you're going through something, and for some reason, I've noticed that when people know you going through something, they will try to stomp on you even more. I've noticed that because I've always tried to just be vulnerable to some people that I felt like I can be vulnerable to, and they know what I'm going through, and instead of being there for me to try to help me through it, they would literally do something else that would add more trauma onto what, I'm already going through. So it seems like you have to kind of fake the funk in order to be accepted. Or you have to fake like you got all this family or all this clout, or you gotta fake like you just doing so good in order for people to treat you right. But that's not right. Like, my thing is, if I see somebody and I see that they going through something, that's going to make me have compassion. That's going to make me have sympathy if I can relate. And it's going to make me have empathy if I can't relate. I'm going to try to understand what this person is going through, because in my heart, I hate to see somebody hurt. But a lot of people could care less about their next fellow mankind, that they don't care if they see somebody going through. And my thing is, if they see you going through, they look at it like you're not worthy. When a person see that you got problems, people further look at you like, man, this person ain't worth shit. Like, this person just ain't got this, ain't doing that. And but that's a crazy way to think. Why would you further kick somebody down because they going through? But you know what? The blessing in that too is that's how you know who your true friends are. That is furthermore how you know who is a ride or die, who your true friends are. If the ones that are your true ride or die folks, and they there for you when you down and out going through this and that, and they not sitting here condemning you because you got problems, you fucks with them. You fucks with them to the end. That's how I am. If I see somebody got my back when I'm just in such a terrible situation, I'm going to be a loyal friend until death do us part. Because I know that's hard to come by. It's really hard to come by people that accept you in your darkest moments. It's really hard to have people that want to deal with you and your problems at your darkest moment. It's really hard. Everybody don't want to deal with nobody that got problems. Because to me, that is work. It's definitely work to be around somebody that's going through. But it's not work because you're going to get your blessings for helping somebody. You could have saved somebody's life. Like, so many people have so much stuff going on that sometimes they don't want to live no more. Some people do not want to live no more because it's just so unbearable to deal with so much shit they got going on. So much shit. And all it would take is a special person that cares to come in their life and say, you know what, let me console you. Let me put some time into you. If you need help, whatever, if I got a little bit of extra and maybe you struggling financially, let me help you out with a couple dollars here and there. Let me do what I can to try to change your life. I don't get it, man. I truly don't understand why so many people have hate in their heart. And I honestly can't understand why so many people don't like to try to love their fellow brother or be there for their fellow brother. Like, I've always been the kind that wanted to help. And I can't expect everybody to be like how I am. But it just sucks that so many people would rather stomp on you and hurt you than try to build you up. That bothers me so much. And like I said, that's one reason why I stay to myself. Because every time I try to make myself vulnerable to people, it always ends to where they betray me somehow. It always ends to where they end up portraying somehow, some way. So I need a break. I just can't. Because it's like the more you be nice to people, the more you open up to people to say, hey, I'm willing to get to know you. I'm willing, for us to see if we can be friends, boyfriends, or I'm just willing to let you in my circle to see what we can do. And every time you let somebody in your circle, they let you down every freaking time. It's crazy. So, if you got so much stuff hanging over your head, and you got so much stuff that you going through, do your part to make sure that you put a solution to the problem. But don't worry about it. Do not sit here and you just sitting here you just thinking. You just thinking nonstop on the problem. I'm sorry, I'm trying to learn how to talk with this thing. But don't sit here and be worrying nonstop about something that sometimes you can't change. Sometimes there's stuff going on in your life that you cannot change, and you have to let time get under it to let the time do what it's going to do with it. A lot of things in life is time. Healing, if you've been through something and you have to heal, you got to give it time. If you're trying to change something in your life, like your body, your mindset, your family, you have to give it time. If you hurt somebody and you're trying to get their forgiveness, and you trying to change to stop doing the things you used to do that hurt them, but you trying to change to do better to get them to forgive you, time. You have to understand the concept of time. Time heals all wounds. It does. So I hope this message was for somebody. I have 2 more videos that I'm gonna do today, but I'm not gonna blow up my YouTube channel with a bunch of videos today, because this is like my 3rd video today. So I'm gonna try to make sure that it posts tomorrow, so that way I won't keep blowing y'all notifications up. By the way, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, please don't forget to push the subscribe button. Make sure you like that bell up so you know every time I post. And give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. It don't matter. Just interact with my video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you in advance. And check out the merchandise below if you have not already. I appreciate you guys. So I still got stuff to do today. So let me get my errands taken care of. And I love you guys. And if you're going through something, let go and let God, honey. Let go and let God. Or if you don't believe in God, just let go. Let go and let the universe deal with your issues. It will. It ain't got no choice. That's just part of how life goes. So, all right, guys, time is the essence. I'm making better time of it. As usual, talking to y'all, because y'all are my YouTube family. So, all right, y'all. Deuces.